You know, the thing is, we did not disclose everything we have been discussing in Anchorage. We only said that, in general, we both, the United States and the Russian Federation, have an understanding where it is necessary to move and what is to be strived at in order to bring this conflict to an end, and by peaceful means. These are not easy questions. We agreed with Donald that I would need to think about it in Moscow and have discussion with the colleagues and the allies too. He told me the same thing. These questions are complicated, demanding additional elaboration, but we remain on the grounds of that discussion which has taken place in Anchorage. Here, we do not change anything for ourselves. We think that some additional adjustments from both sides, but in general terms, we remain within framework of the Alaska agreements.
2 months after Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin shook hands at a U.S. military base in Alaska, hopes of a thaw in relations are fading. That meeting, held on August 15th, had Moscow dreaming of a new era, one where the United States might lean on Ukraine and Europe to accept a settlement favorable to Russia, and a broader rapprochement could emerge between Washington and Moscow. But Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov says little has moved forward. "We have a certain edifice of relations that has cracked and is collapsing," he warned, adding that cracks have now reached the foundation. Despite Moscow signaling readiness to rebuild ties, Washington has yet to reciprocate, leaving Russian officials frustrated at the lack of momentum. President Putin, however, strikes a more cautious and optimistic tone. He told reporters, "These are complex issues that require further study. But we remain on the basis of the discussion that took place in Anchorage." Kremlin aides hint that Russia may make concessions discussed in Alaska, but only if certain steps are taken by Ukraine and Europe. This contrast in tone among senior officials highlights Moscow's delicate twin-track strategy, a blend of flattery and warnings as it navigates diplomatic reversals since the summit. Trump's own frustrations have complicated matters further. While he has pushed for peace in Ukraine, his failure to broker a settlement has cooled his public enthusiasm for Russia. There is no follow-up Trump-Putin meeting scheduled, and the U.S. has not moved to appoint a new ambassador in Moscow since June. Meanwhile, the former president's suggestion of supplying Tomahawk cruise missiles to Ukraine has hit a nerve in Moscow, with Putin warning that such a step could destroy what remains of U.S. Russia ties. Despite tensions, Russia has tried to appeal to shared values, playing good cop, bad cop. Putin has offered to maintain limits on deployed strategic nuclear weapons, conditional on the U.S. reciprocating. He has praised Trump's peace efforts, highlighted U.S.-friendly figures like Michael Gloss, and condemned attacks on Trump allies, framing them as defenders of traditional values. Kremlin envoy Kirill Dmitriev similarly underscores common ground with Trump, praising his envoys and subtly denigrating opponents, while Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov even floated backing Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. Yet alongside flattery, warnings persist. Moscow has made clear that supplying Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine would provoke a severe response, with Russian officials threatening to shoot down missiles, target launch sites, and retaliate in ways that would hurt Washington. Ryabkov even warned that Russia would conduct a nuclear test if the U.S. did the same, while withdrawing from agreements on nuclear fuel and plutonium destruction. Analysts say that Russia initially hoped Trump would consider its interests in continued dialogue, but in the wake of perceived inconsistency, Moscow feels thoroughly disappointed. In short, the spirit of Alaska is alive more in rhetoric than reality. Russia is balancing gestures of goodwill with stark warnings, trying to rekindle a thaw in U.S. Russia relations, yet the path remains fraught with uncertainty, missed opportunities, and escalating tensions, a fragile house of diplomacy with cracks that run deep.
Welcome to Money Control, your ultimate destination in the ever-evolving world of finance, business, markets, policy, and technology. India's preeminent news platform, driven by facts and fueled by data. A platform made in India, and for the world. Moneycontrol.com has a staggering reach of 100 million plus monthly active users and 6.02 million daily active users. Being a transformative digital force, reshaping how we engage with money, markets, and news. Setting us apart is our commitment to delivering accurate information and empowering financial decision-making in a dynamic ecosystem. Seeking a deeper dive into the financial realm, we present Money Control Pro, a powerhouse of exclusive insights, providing actionable investment ideas and expert analysis. Because in today's fast-paced world, informed decisions demand both information and expertise. And we have 1 million plus Money Control Pro total paid subscribers. And 100% return in 1.5 years, beating the market. Explore market trends, access expert opinions, and utilize essential financial tools all at your fingertips. Join the millions who trust moneycontrol.com for their financial journey, where facts meet finance and data drives decisions. Think markets, think Money Control.